What's going on, guys? We are back once again, and we are going to be talking about another interesting movie, in my opinion. I think this movie was really intense, especially from a horror aspect. So, what we're going to be talking about is 30 Days of Night. Now, again, this is a little bit of an older movie. It came out in 2007. You guys can watch this on Tubi right now. So, the entire premises around this story is we have Josh Hartnett, who plays as Evan Olsen, and then of course Melissa George, who plays Stella Olsen. We got Danny Hudson playing the vampire Marlowe, and the many others. This movie is very intense, and the way this goes is you have Josh Hartnett's character, who is the sheriff of a town in Alaska. They're about ready to have their month-long of just nighttime in Alaska. They're trying to get prepared, just normal stuff, making sure everything is in order. And then they have a stranger come in, and that supposedly, someone has died. They lock them up, and before they know it, they have a vampire invasion on their hands. And what happens is the town gets massacred, and each day and however long we see between all these characters, they're hiding constantly from the vampires, because these vampires are very ruthless. They're strong. They hunt like a pack is the best way I know how to describe it. And what happens is they have to, the humans, they have to rely on their skills from, whether it be medical or a policeman or professional or whatever, to not only save as many people as possible, but at the same time hide from these vampires and try to survive the entirety of this month, because honestly, it's just a slaughterhouse to these vampires that just want to go in here and kill everyone. And what happens is we have where there's a lot of survival in this movie. There is a lot of gore in this movie. Now, again, the way this movie was portrayed was very, depending on your preference of a horror movie, then you may love this movie, you may not like this movie. If you have seen this movie, comment down below what you guys thought about it. It's a very basic story. There's a lot of, I would say, heart, no pun intended, in this movie. And when I say there's a lot of heart in there, you see a lot of, how do I say it? There's a lot of trials and tribulations of not only surviving, but you also see how Josh Hartnett and then his wife, they go back and forth on their relationship through the entirety of this is going on, because they were in the process either getting divorced or they were divorced, and they were having issues. And then later on, by the end of the movie, they are wanting to get back together because of everything that had occurred. And what happens is, right when it's getting closer to the end of the month, and the vampires know they haven't killed everyone yet, they're gonna want to exterminate everyone and kill everyone to blow up the town, so that way that shows that there is no evidence there, because the world really does not know about vampires. Now, what happens is Evan, he injects himself with vampire blood, and he goes on and takes on the head vampire in this massacre to take him on and try to not only save his wife and also his friends and his town family members and everything of that nature. And I will say it was very interesting because of not only how strong he was, even though his resilience to not drink human blood or not even try to turn fully, to where his humanity gave him enough time to be able to fight back and be able to fight for his loved ones, and like I say, his townspeople, and be able to say, hey, I may be one of you now, but I'm damn sure going to go down and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to kill myself before I become fully like one of you. And I'd have to say one of the most heartfelt moments of this movie is where he wants, in a way, to just die, because he waits for the sun with Stella, and you see the scene where the sun starts coming up and they're holding on to each other, and he dies in her arms, and he's holding on to her, and she's holding on to him as tight as possible, and that's when he dies, and he just becomes a husk of what he was. And unfortunately, now she's lost her husband, and she's trying to figure out exactly like, okay, what do I do? Like, how do I try to go about this when what do I do? So overall, I would say a very good movie. Like I said, it's a little bittersweet. It's kind of like you really got to pay attention to what goes on. But either way, I did enjoy this film. If you didn't, then I'm sorry, but I think a lot of people did enjoy this film if you're a horror fan. But if you guys have not seen this, definitely give it a try. It's a very bittersweet film. You're gonna get like your normal horror popcorn flick type of film. But let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments down below. If you guys ever heard of 30 Days of Night, if you haven't, give it a shot. If you guys did watch it, what did you think about it? Was it a good film? Was it a bad film? What was your overall stance of it? Either way, let me know your thoughts are about it down in the comments, and I'll see you as always on the next one.